Item: SCP-1662. Code name: Paupers Post. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures: all secure facilities are to investigate any police reports matching the description of SCP-1662 instances. Should an SCP-1662 instance be identified, the closest secure facility is to retrieve and temporarily contain the recovered instance until a permanent transfer to Site-91 is possible. SCP-1662-A through D are to be kept in separate 3 m x 3 m x 2.5 m cells of 8.8 cm thick transparent armor lined in one-way laminate. Each cell is to be fit with an electronic lock, with exits converging into a single hallway. This hallway is to be patrolled by four armed security guards, who are to be rotated every 6 hours. Guards are to be armed with shotguns with beanbag rounds and collapsible batons for use in the event of an attempted containment breach. Each instance is to be fit with a locked metal ring wrapped around their torso to prevent access to compartments, with keys distributed to each on-duty guard. In the event that animal entities or SCP-1662-1 instances are discovered within the compartments of SCP-1662-A through D, they are to be disposed of for space preservation. Instances are to receive personal inspections every 2 weeks for signs of disrepair. Should an instance show damage to the point that locomotion is impossible or complain of any difficulties during the inspection, attempts are to be made to repair any damage sustained by the instances. For the purposes of comfort, each cell has been fit with one bed. Additionally, music may be played for 2 hours as a reward for good behavior or cooperation. Description: SCP-1662 is a group of an unknown number of entities identifying as Paupers Post. These entities are autonomous, humanoid figures of stainless steel wire mesh, each possessing some form of marking on their body bearing the same name. Instances display signs of sapience, and possess the ability to write in and understand various languages, which vary based mostly on the region the instance inhabits. Instances also appear to possess the knowledge of an at this time untranslated written code, consisting of dots, various shapes, and the numbers 0 through 7 that is presumably used for communication between instances. Instances possess disparities in appearance, including height, proportion, and structural damage. However, all instances have a straight, compartmentalized torso, which are divided up into two sections which may vary in orientation. SCP-1662 instances possess the ability to create, through an unknown means, various species of pigeon, rat, and squirrel native to the general area it occupies, as well as the ability to command and communicate with these animals through subtle movements and percussive cues. These animals have been observed emerging from SCP-1662 compartments, but the method of creation itself has yet to be observed. Despite their behavioral abnormalities, autopsies have revealed no physical anomalies within these animals. SCP-1662 will use these animals to examine an unspecified area for any individuals who meet the criteria for SCP-1662-1 delivery through the observation of their daily lives. Once an individual has been identified, these animals will imprint upon the individual through an unknown means, and will demonstrate the ability to locate an imprinted individual regardless of spatial separation. SCP-1662 will then follow the imprinted individual and attempt to deliver SCP-1662-1 personally, until the point that delivery is made or the individual no longer fulfills the requirements. Should SCP-1662 be incapable of delivering SCP-1662-1 itself, an animal may perform the delivery in its place. SCP-1662-1 are letters held and delivered by SCP-1662 instances to other individuals. SCP-1662-1 instances recovered to date have usually arrived sealed within various containers, including cardboard boxes, envelopes, manila folders, and mailing tubes. Regardless of the form, each container invariably lacks any form of returning address, excluding the identifying Paupers Post label. Each letter contains similar, handwritten sonnets with erratically varying themes, some of which are impossible to identify. Handwriting within SCP-1662-1 stays consistent among individual SCP-1662 entities, suggesting that SCP-1662 instances write SCP-1662-1 themselves. The delivery of SCP-1662-1 appears to require a specific set of requirements. Firstly, individuals must be both, by urban standards, homeless and unemployed in order to receive a letter. Once an instance of SCP-1662 has identified an individual who meets these prerequisites, the instance will apparently imprint upon the individual, until the point that the delivery has been made. Secondly, specific recipients of SCP-1662-1 are the only individuals who will experience an effect, as non-recipients who read the contents of SCP-1662-1 do not receive any anomalous side effects. Despite the subject matter, SCP-1662-1 recipients describe the contents as uplifting, with individuals experiencing an increase in optimism for up to 5 weeks following the reading of SCP-1662-1. Additionally, approximately 95% of recipients find employment and housing following 1 month of having read SCP-1662. SCP-1662 instances do not appear to dwell within one area for long, instead traveling long distances by foot, private automobile, or public transportation in order to deliver SCP-1662-1. When resting in a specific area, SCP-1662 will typically take refuge at homeless shelters or other areas commonly occupied by the homeless, presumably for the purposes of blending in and identifying new targets. As SCP-1662 instances lack the ability to speak, it is assumed contact with individuals is limited except for the delivery of letters. Instances recovered so far are attired in clothing that is both thick and heavy, using items such as coats, boots, gloves, hats and fascia to cover exposed areas, with extra material, most commonly bandages, concealing leftover parts. At least one piece of clothing per instance is prominently branded with the words Paupers Post, usually on the back of torso wear, in the primary language of the area in which the instance was operating. See Wiki for full list of SCP-1662 instances. All contained instances of SCP-1662, excluding SCP-1662-D, have been reluctant to communicate, at times which SCP-1662-A through C have communicated. Each instance has refused to discuss SCP-1662. Any details that have been revealed have been done so by SCP-1662-D, with significant variations from evidence recovered by the Foundation. Due to this, the reliability of SCP-1662-D's testimony is uncertain. Interview 1662-A. Following a noise complaint, SCP-1662-D was found within an apartment complex in Canada. SCP-1662-D was contained and immediately interrogated by Dr. Dart. Due to the nature of SCP-1662, All responses by SCP-1662-D are written, and all responses have been transcribed as they were written. SCP-1662-D. Hey man, what the shit? I didn't do anything. Doctor. Calm down. Please. My name is Doctor, and I'd like to ask you a few questions. SCP-1662-D. No, man. You just pulled me out of my house in the middle of the night, and you want to ask me some questions. I want to ask you some questions. Doctor. You'll be given the opportunity to ask some questions after you've answered mine. I want to talk to you about the Paupers post. At this time, SCP-1662-D pauses for approximately 2 minutes. SCP-1662-D. I'm no hippie. Doctor. Excuse me. SCP-1662-D. I'm not with those crazy beatnik hippies. Doctor. I'll make a note of that. Can you tell me anything about the organization itself? SCP-1662-D. What organization? Doctor. That's what the Paupers post is it not? SCP-1662-D appears to laugh inaudibly before responding. SCP-1662-D. Boy, that's funny. I think you've got the wrong idea, man. Doctor. Can you elaborate? SCP-1662-D. It's just a bunch of us metal mailmen looking for a purpose. They aren't even organized. Doctor. Then how do they know what to do? Is it innate? SCP-1662-D. Well, it sorta started like a little club, or so the legend goes. Morris, Dante, and Sebastian started it all. Then they split up, started writing a bunch of us. Now they just do it themselves, driven by the cause and the same name. Doctor. And are the three you named like you? SCP-1662-D. You mean like weird wire dudes? Doctor. Yes. SCP-1662-D. Yeah. I heard they all look the same, though. I don't know what happened with all of us. Doctor. And you said you weren't with the Paupers post? SCP-1662-D. No way, man. I've got better things to do than walk around the world spreading peace. I've got a job, and HBO. Doctor. A job? SCP-1662-D. I collect scrap. At this time, Doctor takes some time to write down all that's been said. 1 minute into Dr. S writing, SCP-1662-D reinitiates conversation. SCP-1662-D. Can I ask my question now? Doctor. I can't promise I can answer it, but sure. SCP-1662-D. I'm not going home, am I? Doctor. I'm afraid not.